baby, it feels so good to be back. Welcome to episode 42 of the OVW.
Jackman, I have to already interrupt you. It's so Kazago has left a $5 super chat saying, "Hi, OVW podcast. Once this countdown ends, I best see one Jackman heart, full of vigor and healthy heart. Life ain't the same without my weekly Jackman fix heart."
That means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. Thank you.
What are you trying to say, man? I'm chopped liver? Fine, I see how it is.
All right. Welcome to episode 42 of the OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
My name is Brian Hines. I'm here too, and with us as always.
We love you, Brian.
You just say that.
I do not.
You don't have to lie to make friends. With us as always, as you've already heard, is the disembodied voice of our producer, Tiny Brian.
Yeah, I had to get to work early tonight.
Jump into the OVW TV chat room. Tiny Brian is there. Ito Kazako has already given us a super chat. Super chats go straight to the top of the. We're having some technical difficulties.
Something's on. There we go.
Having some.
See, I told you.
I don't know how to do this.
Hold on. Maybe just unplug it.
Wait.
And this is my first show back, guys. I thought this was gonna be perfect.
Oh, that's quiet.
Has it ever been perfect? No.
Jump into the chat, please. We really appreciate it. This show runs on the chat. We love all of our chatters. We love all of our viewers. So please help us have fun here on this Wednesday night on OVW Fan Zone Live. Tiny Brian will be collecting all of your comments, questions, concerns, complaints, requests, anything OVW or wrestling related. Throw that in the chat, and we will talk about it in due time. Brian Hines.
Yeah, that's right. He'll have all that for us later. But as you've already seen, if you want to throw the brakes on everything, Super Chat's where it's at.
And absence, Miss Katie said absence makes the heart grow fonder behind.
Oh, I thought that said fondler. I'm sorry, I misread it.
No, that is...
That's different.
You remember a few months ago or a few weeks ago when you said, what would your wrestling character be?
Oh, yeah.
That's what mine would be. The fondler.
Oh, wow. Yikes. I'm going to sit over here and I'll get some hand sanitizer.
The only wrestler who he has to go and tell people when he comes into a town to wrestle.
Yeah. You have to
There's only
go
certain
announce your presence door to door.
There's only certain promotions I can wrestle in.
No, you can't wrestle at schools.
Yeah, no. Schools, playgrounds. Really, as a wrestler, that would be a really... You're really cutting down your potential for opportunity.
Yeah.
Your potential opportunity for employment, I guess.
Yeah.
So tell us, Brian Hines, all of these wrestlers that can go and wrestle in any neighborhood they want, where can we find them, the OVW superstars, over the coming weeks and months?
Okay, we've got every Thursday you can catch OVW Rise at Hot Point Davis Arena at 6:30. March Mayhem 2025, Hot Point Davis Arena, March 29th. Appalachian Armageddon, Pikeville, Kentucky. That is April 25th as part of the legendary Hillbilly Days. There is a free all-ages show at Element Eatery in Cincinnati, Ohio, and that is June 28th. And just announced is a show, one of our favorite shows.
If not our favorite.
If not our favorite show. The Manchester Music Hall, and that is July 5th. You can get tickets for all of these shows at OVWTix.com.
All right, baby boy, let's get into it. I'm so excited to be back, guys. This is such a huge part of my week and of my life, and I was very sad to not be here last week with Icon Lee. That was an interview that I wanted to be a part of so bad, but you and Victor, well, you did great. Victor was here.
Victor was also present.
I did my best.
You did a great job. Icon Lee was great. Icon for me though, baby boy. That's actually I'm using baby boy. Everybody's gonna be baby boy from now on. Icon Lee, come down. I want one with you. I deserve one with you, buddy. So let's reschedule. Icon
He did
Lee.
leave a present.
I did. I saw the C4 energy drink.
Signed can of C4.
It's so great.
So there's that.
It's so on brand. So we've had a couple guests here. We had Icon last week. Mm-hmm. We had, was it Showtime the week before? The days are crossing together for me.
No, it was Carmen Michael Childers.
Come on, man.
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Come on. That was the one. So yeah, 3 weeks in a row of guests. Couldn't really put one together this week, but boy, it's been fun having people in here to kind of bounce off with. Don't you guys agree?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
We had a lot of guests here at the beginning, and then I think that we kind of needed to spread our wings and fly like a baby bird. We put in the work. Now it's time to start having guests on, and the guests that we've had in this last string have been amazing, and they've brought a lot to our program.
Yeah. And we thank them all for coming.
Absolutely.
And if there's anybody else out there in the OVW locker room or in the organization that would love to stop by, have your people call our people.
And by our people, we mean Tiny Brian.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, I'm your people.
Instagram works better. He doesn't really pick up the phone.
That's true.
So I guess I'm just
If you have my number, feel free to call me.
859-552.
Stop.
Okay, I honestly don't know it off the top of my head.
He doesn't put he doesn't put names in his phone, so he knows everybody's
Yeah,
number.
Mr. 859-640.
Stop.
Hey, shut it.
And Malachi 859-475.
Okay. I did not know this is what this evening. Oh, wow. You know who's taking it the worst of anybody? Is one Malachi P.S. Woodard. Like,
He's all out of sorts back there.
I'm
Victor says, easy, Jerkman.
Hey, come on, man.
Yeah.
You were here last week, so you made the predictions. I did not.
I was, and I did.
So let's get into what you and Victor had to say last week, shall we? About these last week's predictions.
Yes.
I'm just gonna kind of go through the matches here. Victor took Ashton Adonis. You took Anthony Toatelli.
I did.
Great pair up from these two guys. Great match between these two guys.
When can they hear you guys' full thoughts on that match, by the way?
That's at 8 p.m. on OVW. What is our OVW podcast? On
OVW podcast, yes.
That's on the YouTubes.
Yeah, that's in 10 or 50 minutes or so. So take the party from this chat over to our YouTube channel, OVW podcast on YouTube, and watch our newest episode premiering at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Love to see this. Leela, you got to get on board. You got to ship up or ship out. Ashton Adonis could have won this match. In fact, I think Ashton Adonis, here's a little piece of advice from me to you, buddy. You don't need her. You don't need her.
Wow, strong words.
All she's done is lose matches like this for you. There's no shame in losing to Anthony Toatelli if it was a straight-up win. You lost via disqualification, my friend. You need to reassess your game plan, Ashton Adonis. Donovan Cecil after that with Ryan Von Rocket. Donovan Cecil, obviously, what can be said? Is 2025 the year of the Mammoth? Yes, so is 2026 and 2027 as well.
Yeah, Mammoth Stampede.
Cash Flow versus Omar Amir, one of the biggest shocks in OVW in the time that we've been covering it. Cash Flow, head full of momentum, head full of steam. He wants to be back in that national heavyweight championship picture. Omar Amir just wanted it a little more that night, last Thursday night.
And treated us all to a full moon, apparently, if you were at Davis Arena.
Yeah, and we do we have that picture? We should. Could we throw that picture up?
We cannot throw the picture up. We do have it. There was
We couldn't come up with a graphic from the reverse angle where there was just a smiley face.
We could have done it
strategically placed.
But it was a great match, one way or the other.
Great match, yeah. Omar Amir is a world beater right now. Nobody ever expects Cash Flow to lose in Davis Arena. I was completely shocked.
As was I.
J-Rod took home a victory over Tegan Rose last week. No big surprise there. J-Rod is the most dominant champion in Ohio Valley Wrestling right now.
There was no surprise in and of itself in that particular match. But
Correct.
What happened afterwards was very surprising.
Yeah, that would, of course, be J-Rod and Miss Larkin have joined forces.
At least for the evening.
At least for an evening. Kind of an odd couple here. Odd couple tag here. But I'm very interested to see what those two women can do with each other.
Yeah.
And to their opponents, to be frank with you. Mount Kadeem retains over Big Zo. It just wasn't Big Zo's night.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, and it hurt for Big Zo.
Yeah, I know.
This is a guy who has been around Ohio Valley Wrestling for a long time. Perennial favorite, sentimental favorite, seems to be all around nice guy, hell of a competitor.
Super enthusiastic.
Amazingly enthusiastic.
Mm-hmm.
But Mount Kadeem, I would say he's the most dominant champion in OVW right now, but that, as I said, goes to his stablemate. But he's a close second.
Yeah.
And it's because he's able to defend his championship against opponents like Big Zo. So that is last week. That's kind of my my quick run through of what I thought about last week. So, Tiny Bryant, we doing all right back there?
Oh yeah, I tried to. So Malachi's mother just texted, asked what we're up to, and I was trying to take a picture of her son so she could see what he was doing.
Oh, I thought you guys were like moving furniture or something.
I have,
back there.
and then he just is
Playing hanky panky.
He really is. He's determined to not exist. One Malachi P.S. Woodard.
Except for when he does.
Yes.
Malachi, do you have anything to say? 859-475-6.
You're gonna break the
Stop
streak.
it.
I'm gonna give it. That's actually just so Ito can call you. I'm gonna give you, so you and Ito can have a chat.
Yeah, seriously, Ito's all about the audiobook.
Yeah. What's the audiobook gonna be about, Malachi?
Anime.
Of course, duh. Why'd I even ask?
Yeah.
Ty and Brian, what do we have on the docket for tonight?
Well, we still need to. Unless you guys rushed all the way through all the predictions for this week's show, we have
No, we
that to
haven't.
do.
We haven't.
We have questions
no.
and comments.
I was just gonna give you.
Oh, and
I
then
was gonna give you your opportunity to do your little thing back there.
So, on Monday we do have a new interview with Karn Alexander coming out.
Oh no,
from
I
the
thought you
OVW
wanted to
Academy.
make the predictions voice.
Oh no, we're gonna go to
we-
break before we do that.
Okay.
Yeah, we still got.
So let's
we got an hour, man.
You take a breath.
Guys. I was off last week. I'm a little rusty. Sorry.
So yeah, we do have a new interview with Karn Alexander. That comes out. The full interview comes out on Monday in the on YouTube and for audio. Look for that. In the meantime, to kind of give you guys just a little taste of what you guys talked about yesterday, we get one specific story from our good friend Karn, our new friend Karn.
Not a wrestling story,
No.
but that's indicative of all of the places and things that we covered in that interview with Karn. We usually do like 20 to 25 minutes on interviews. We went through Karn. We sat down with Karn for about 45 minutes, and it didn't feel like it was 45 seconds, let alone almost an hour.
No, time flew by.
Very, very smart guy, very, very thoughtful guy, is responsible for probably some of your favorite moments in OVW that you don't even know his name. So why don't we introduce Karn to our listeners over this next break, and we will be back on the other side of that break.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
Hey, it's me, Cal Hero, and I am at the OVW fan zone. Come on, come hang out.
Also exist in the theater to a little
Oh, yeah,
to a
absolutely.
certain extent.
like don't touch the what would you call it, like the soundboard or anything like that if you're an actor.
Yeah.
Which I did one time. Well, it was a light board actually. It was during a production of one of the shows of my master's program, and there was this random switch on the wall by the light board, and it just said it was on and off, and it said there's a sticker beside it that said panic and don't panic. and I was like, this seems like just like a joke. So I was like, I mean, I think I flipped it up to panic because I was like, I'm a little nervous today, like as a joke, just to myself.
Yeah.
And the show was going on at the time, and all the house lights just came on. Like, so all the the lights that are supposed to be out to make the, like all the lights above like the audience just came on. And I heard out in the theater there's this pause. I'm like, did that actually do something? And then they they're professional actors, so they kept going with it.
Right.
And then after that, it was like kind of a inside joke about Karn, don't touch anything that you're not supposed to be touching.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Every day, especially that show, they're like had to remind me every day. Don't touch anything. Just stay over here.
Yeah, that's not one that they're gonna let you forget. I don't. Welcome back, OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. My name is Jackman Oaks.
I'm Brian Hines.
So let's. That was our sit-down, part of our sit-down with Karn. That will go up in
Monday.
the coming days, Monday, on our feed. That's the same place that you can find our coverage of last week's OVW program, OVW podcast on YouTube right after this at 8 p.m. Both of those videos will be up shortly. Well, Monday for Karn, our newest one, right at 8.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys literally just finished it up. Good episode. We enjoyed it a lot.
Shaking off the rust.
It was a little rusty in the beginning, but we got there soon enough.
So let's talk about something that is OVW adjacent, but not necessarily directly OVW related. There's a little movie coming out this weekend.
That's right.
It's called Queen of the Ring. It's about Mildred Burke, one of the all-time great and innovative women's wrestlers. We know a lot of OVW talent are featured in the movie. I think is mostly in the background, maybe not. We don't know 100% for sure.
Yeah, we really don't know.
Pretty sure one Zachary D. Pittman plays a referee.
Yeah,
someone we know definitely plays a referee.
I know Jebediah Blackhawk is in there, as well as Isaiah.
And Maria and Shannon.
Yes.
As well. This, strangely enough, kind of has the makings of what could be a big movie. Wrestling in film is hot right now. The Iron Claw just came out a couple years ago. Wrestling in general.
That's right, yeah.
The wrestling business is hot right now, hotter than it has been in 25 years, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you take all of that and you put a great movie with Walton Goggins, one of the great actors, like living actors today, is in this movie. This thing has the potential to be really, really, really fantastic and get a lot of buzz, not only for the wrestling industry, but for Mildred Burke and for the city of Louisville and OVW too, because a lot of there's a lot of scenes that were actually shot in Louisville for this movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is really, really cool. Have you ever seen your hometown or a town you're familiar with rendered on film like that?
Yeah.
What,
Ripley's been in a lot of things.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have no idea.
What was the movie about the motorcycle game that came out last year?
The Bike Riders.
Yeah.
I did not know that they filmed part of that in Ripley.
They sure did.
There was a movie called The Bike Riders.
Yeah, it wasn't very good. It had the potential to be good, and it kind of fizzled out. But that wasn't because it was filmed in Ripley. That's just because of some poor choices, filmmaking and artistically wise.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just wasn't as good as it had like early Oscar buzz, and then as soon as it came out, everyone was like, "Yeah, that movie ain't winning the Oscars."
Oh, I hadn't watched it yet. It was on my list of stuff I wanted to watch, and I hadn't yet.
I'm very excited, though, for Queen of the Ring. Chat, let us know what your plans are for Queen of the Ring. We've seen this in theaters. What theater are we seeing it in? We waiting for streaming? What are we doing with Queen of the Ring, chat?
Do we maybe want to, we've talked about doing this with various Al Snow movies before, actually taking a special episode, watching that movie and kind of just talking about it? What do you guys think? What do you think, chat room? What do you guys think?
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I would love to.
Any excuse to go see a new movie, I'm pretty much in. That's what when I'm not talking about OVW or going to OVW, that's usually where I spend my Saturdays, is just holed up at the movie theater and seeing whatever's on. So I'm down.
I haven't really been to the movies much for several years because I have a tendency to fall asleep. Like
you warned me about that.
The lights go down, it gets quiet, but going to see a movie at the Kentucky Theater is a whole different experience. If you've never been, do yourself a favor. It is a treat.
It's one of the great things of Lexington and one of the great things in Kentucky, to be quite honest with you.
It is the State Theater of Kentucky.
Well, that's next door. The state theater actually did exist
separately, just as a thing called the State Theater,
Yes.
without being officially recognized.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, but isn't the Kentucky actually recognized
Now,
as the...
but now they have, the State Theater and the Kentucky Theater are both inside of the Kentucky Theater.
Yeah,
now.
but I thought that it was actually recognized by the government as the State Theater.
So now it's the Kentucky State Theater?
The government needs to keep their hands out of the arts. That's what I say. I don't know. Is it? I'm sure it is. We have an OVW day in Kentucky. I'm sure that Kentucky gives all kinds of weird awards away all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were at that, not us two, but Victor and Tiny Brian.
That's right.
And that just
February 16th.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say that
OVW
just
Day.
celebrated its first year anniversary.
Yeah, that
OVW
was my
Day
brother's
did.
birthday. So happy late birthday, by the way, if you're watching, and if not, well, shame on you.
That was a weird day. I wish we would have celebrated it. I kind of forgot. I got to put it on the calendar so we can actually throw a party for OVW Day next year.
February 16th. You have it memorized. So.
Oh yeah, I'm not forgetting that. There will be cake.
So you guys ready to
What
get
kind?
into the...
What kind do you want?
Never mind.
All right.
Yeah, let's get into the predictions.
Predictions!
Oh God, here we go.
I do it in spite of them. Yes, predictions.
Yeah,
I kind of
sure
missed
do,
it.
all right.
I kind of missed it.
Well, that makes one of us.
What do we got, Tiny Brian?
All right, so this week we have 4 matches that they have told us about. First, we have a tag qualifying match featuring Brandon Beretta teaming with Anthony Toatelli to take on Junta Peso. Oh, we have a... I'm sorry, what am I looking at?
I think you might be looking at Icon,
Icon Lee.
Well,
that's
Icon,
not a super chat, Vic Malachi. We don't acknowledge that immediately.
it was a super.
If you all can play favorites, so can I.
Oh, wow, look at
Wow.
that. Do we play favorites? I wasn't aware of that. All right, so let's get...
Icon. I guess who wasn't paying attention to the beginning of the show, Icon Lee, because I already shouted you out and invited you back. Seriously, I would love to have you back down. I wanted to sit down with you so badly. You're the one feather in my cap that I missed out on, and I want you back down as soon as you can, man. As soon as you can.
Icon Lee, you were would you like to shout out Icon Lee yourself, Mr. Hines?
Shout out. There you go.
Okay.
Seriously, it was nice for you to come by the studio last week, even though it wasn't our usual configuration.
Yeah.
It was still a pleasure to have you on the show, and to echo the sentiments of my friend and colleague, you are welcome back here anytime.
Anytime. In fact, I insist upon it. I hate missing an interview. Especially with a new person.
Yeah.
So we have Anthony Toatelli and Brandon Beretta versus Hoda Peso and Maximo Suave. This is a March Mayhem qualifying match. I guess that J-Rod and Lovely Miss Larkin are no longer the weirdest tag team that we'll see tomorrow night.
No, I think they're still the weirdest.
Well, yeah.
This is... So Brandon Beretta and Anthony Toatelli, it's like when it's the day before laundry day and there are 2 socks left in the drawer and they kind of look similar, but they're not quite the same, but you have to wear them because you're out of clean socks.
I can see that, and not only that, but huge implications for the pay-per-view. You take that opportunity wherever you get it. You want to show up on March Mayhem. That's where every wrestler in the United States and the world wants to be.
Well, yeah.
On that weekend in March, and Anthony Toatelli and Brandon Beretta are going to try to stamp their card through to March Mayhem. Hoda Peso and Maximo Suave, though, they're not going to have to take any time getting to know each other.
No.
where Brandon Beretta and Anthony Toatelli might have Maximo Suave and Hoda Peso beat on like power and technical wrestling, it's very hard to beat Hoda Peso and Maximo Suave and speed and pizzazz and style
And more importantly, chemistry.
and chemistry. Yes.
And
Very
knowledge
important.
of one another. Like you'll see them kind of catch each other. That they really know one another's move sets and how to complement one another.
I think that I'm going to have to go Hoda Peso and Maximo Suave here for all of the reasons that we just said. They're faster. They know each other better. They have more awareness of each other. And I think Brandon Beretta and Anthony Toatelli, these are two big dogs, man. These are two guys who want to win, and it's hard for two big dogs to share the ring. It's easy for them to be against each other in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
It's very hard for them to share the same corner of the ring. Yeah, I'm going Los Desafios.
Brian, did we get you already? And I was looking at the chat room.
No, I haven't really weighed in on this, but I totally agree with you as far as that goes. And it's not about being deficient in any one area on the side of Brandon Beretta and Anthony Toatelli. They are both fine competitors, very strong in the ring. I just believe that like I mentioned before, chemistry is everything. Knowing your partner and their mindset and their moves and all that clearly gives Maximo Suave and Hoda Pesos an edge.
Yeah, I couldn't have put it better myself.
I mean, if Totelli and Beretta win, we're gonna have to spend the whole next episode of the podcast just trying to figure out who they are as a tag team, because that seems like a weird pairing to me.
What would their name be, do you think?
Toa Turkeys.
Beretta-telli?
That's my favorite.
We have a super chat? No, that's a gifted membership. Never mind.
But you should still say something.
Thank you.
I'll do it.
I'll go for gifting memberships.
No, it was Radio
That was
McRadio
Radio McRadio.
McRadio.
Oh my Lord!
Are you
I'm
watching
so
a
sorry.
different show?
I might be in an alternate universe over
PG-13,
here.
by the way, back there too. 859-552-1.
Stop! I'm gonna shut this thing down.
Wow. I'm just looking at the folks in the chat. Roy Munson.
Roy Munson is that is. Give me a second. That is.
Now
Bill
it's
Murray's.
a Gazargo, not to be outdone, gifted 5 memberships.
Wow.
Is Roy Munson Bill Murray's character in
Woody Harrelson.
Okay,
in Kingpin.
in Kingpin, yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good name.
And also, let me back up here. There was somebody that really caught my attention, partly because of the Skeletor.
Avi.
No, good guess. Junk Punch Hero has been hitting with some one-liners here, so I appreciate that very much.
I don't want to see Junk Punch Hero hit anything, especially if it belongs to me.
I'm going to wear a cup.
He's a junk punch hero.
Junk Punch Hero. That's my favorite Paul Thomas Anderson movie, starring Adam Sandler.
Wow. We are weird tonight, but I'm enjoying it.
It's very cool of you guys to gift 5 OVW TV memberships, though.
Yeah, definitely. So there, for those of you that maybe aren't paying attention to the chat, there are currently 8 OVW memberships for the channel floating around out there. Go and grab those. You guys are going to not want to sleep on that.
And OVW TV itself has joined the chat.
Hey, OVW TV. Nice to see you. It's been a long time.
It has.
You're just as lovely as you used to be.
There we go, baby. There it is.
So we have a unanimous decision for Los Desafios. And we will move along to
Feeling good about it, too. Feeling good about it.
So in the podcast today, we wondered a little bit after Cashflow's loss to last week to Omar Amir. What's next for Cashflow? And here's your answer. You can hear us discuss that at 8 o'clock. But the answer is he has a match with Tony Evans.
Superior Tony Evans.
Superior
Yeah,
Tony Evans.
He's not here, but I'll tell you on his behalf. Get it right.
I'm sorry, Tony Evans. There is no one in OVW that you want to be facing more than Cashflow, or want to be facing less than Cashflow tomorrow night, especially after Omar squeaked out the victory over him.
Yeah.
But
They're both people who have been eliminated from their various tournaments.
this is going to make it Oh, man.
So it's just out for a beatdown now.
I think so. We know, though, that Tony Evans never comes alone.
True.
Um,
But after last week, and Jay De Niro getting thrown out from ringside,
right.
I wonder if that will be the case.
Yeah, it does seem as if some of the referees at OVW are growing a little thin in terms of their patience on Jay De Niro's outside shenanigans. And they, at this point, they know all of his tricks. They even know where to look for him when he's going to be trying to interfere. Also, I don't think that interfering on cash flow works the same way that it does on, let's say, an Adam Revolver from this past week.
No.
Especially after that loss to Omar Amir, especially kind of being thrown back to the bottom of the pile in terms of title championship contention. This is a really tough one, man. This is a really, really tough one. I'm going Tony Evans and Jay De Niro.
Really?
I am.
Wow.
I think that, listen, every time we've sat down with Cash, he's been calm, cool, collected. That's out the window now. That's gone.
Yeah.
Cash flow is no longer calm, cool, collected. You thought he was PO'd before? Because he was. He is going to walk into that ring, walk into that arena, rock down that ramp 10 times more angry than he has been in the entire year of 2025. That will end up clouding his judgment. Jay De Niro and Tony Evans aren't looking to win a match. They're looking to steal a match. Cash flow is going to walk in a little too excited, a little too much hubris. That half of a second of hubris is going to allow Tony Evans to squeak out a victory. I'm going to stand beside that.
Brian, do you agree with his logic? What do you think?
I got to disagree, man. I think last week shocked both of us.
Absolutely.
Shocked all of us.
Shocked everybody.
Not only did we not see Cash losing, we did not see him losing his britches. Thank God.
Not once but twice.
Yeah, I think with that being said, he is on a mission, and I think he's going to win in typical Cash fashion.
I would love to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. But for me, tomorrow night, it's Tony Evans and Jay De Niro. Well, Tony Evans with Jay De Niro.
Yeah.
Roy Bischoff really disagrees with your decision, Jackman.
I know, and I love Roy. Roy, good to see you in the chat, but Tony Evans coming in and make omelets tomorrow night. First egg, he's going to break his cash flow.
All right, so let's move on to some women's tag team. This is another return from Roz last week, featuring Sophia Rose partnering with the only woman to ever beat J-Rod, Carter Kaufman, at least in OVW. And they are going to take on
Don't forget that. Don't forget that, because Carter Kaufman hasn't.
No, Carter Kaufman. I would put that under my pillow every night if I was Carter Kaufman.
You know who else didn't forget that?
J-Rod.
This guy.
Or that guy, yeah.
Right here. Because you were like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, that's right. And then you had to look it up, and you were like, oh, yeah, guess what? Hines was right. Surprise.
I'll quote Malachi on this one. I don't often talk, but when I do, you should listen. That's you when it comes to obscure wrestling facts.
Yeah. So there you go.
Victor did tell you to hush, Brian, when you picked cash flow. But he's told you to hush before. You're used to it. Just go right on.
I got your hush right here.
I know you did.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Carter Kaufman, Sophia Rose taking on the OVW Women's Champion J-Rod with OVW's loosest cannon, lovely Miss Larkin. I don't even know where to begin.
We've seen a lot of odd couple pairings in OVW over the last little bit. I mean, Cal Hero and Omar Amir come to mind. Those guys were tag team champions.
They were.
So we know that anything is possible in these odd couple pairings, these things that maybe don't make sense on paper or don't make sense when you look at them. More often than not, they do make sense in the ring. Carter Kaufman and Sophia Rose know each other a little bit better, to speak on our point about Los Desafios.
True.
They have a little bit more chemistry. They know each other a little bit better. They trust each other a little bit more. Not only that, lovely Miss Larkin is a complete wild card. There is just as much of a chance that she comes into this match attacking Sophia Rose as there is that she ends the match attacking J-Rod.
Yeah.
She is a complete loose cannon, completely unpredictable, which kind of, because this is the prediction segment and Miss Larkin is unpredictable, I'm going to have to go Sophia Rose and Carter Kaufman. I think that Miss Larkin is too much of an X factor to guarantee on her winning or losing, for that matter.
That's interesting. As far as Lovely Miss Larkin goes, I feel like if she were a D&D character, she would be chaotic neutral, just a complete and total, wild man, like you said.
Yep.
I might do something really nice. I might do something completely horrible. You just don't know. And I mean, as much as she's in there with a tag team partner against two opponents, she's also kind of fighting herself.
Very obviously.
Yeah, so it could be 2-on-2. It could be 3-on-2 in favor of J-Rod and Lovely Miss Larkin. Or it could be 3-on-2 the other way if Miss Larkin's fighting herself. So, oh, God, I don't know.
It's hard, man. This is a tough one.
It really is. I'm going to go with J-Rod and Lovely Miss Larkin.
Just so we have, nice of you to each pick one competitor.
Yeah, in terms of the entertainment factor. But the real question for me is, what kind of invisible knife is this? I mean, is like a switchblade? Is she just going to like push a button and is it going to be like a nice chef's knife?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Think so?
Japanese made. The blade goes all the way into the handle.
So it's not like a samurai sword.
No. Just a very nice, like in the Bear. Just a nice knife, like in the Bear.
All right.
OVW TV remembered the knife about the same time you guys did. I do want to say that I think, the wildness of one Lovely Miss Larkin, J-Rod's going to live to regret like this partnership.
It's
I
hard
don't
to
know
make.
if I say that. I don't know if I believe that.
It's hard to make friends when you're in the Revolution, so you kind of got to take them where they come. Miss Larkin ain't Totovic. She ain't rank and file. She ain't gonna listen to Doug Basham. Miss Larkin ain't gonna listen to J-Rod. Miss Larkin's only gonna listen to the voice inside of her head.
Which one?
And her therapist.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that honestly, as we're kind of looking at this matchup, the thing to keep your eye on is Sophia Rose and Miss Larkin. I think that those are the two women that have primed themselves to be put into the position of challenging and potentially beating J-Rod down the line for that championship that she's held since August.
True.
I think that's really that's what I'm most excited to see is the matchup between Larkin and J-Rod, or Larkin and Sophia Rose inside of this match.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like to see Larkin versus Larkin.
That can, I think,
I
think it can be done.
I feel like at some point I would not be surprised if we saw that.
There's going to be a big one in August. I wouldn't mind that being one of the main events, just Larkin versus Larkin.
Yeah.
For control of the body.
I think that we should get Rose versus Rose 2 for control of the last name. And Star Player Prime versus Primetime Jackson for control of the word Prime.
Well, then I see your Star Player Prime versus who was it? I'm sorry.
Primetime Jackson.
Primetime Jackson.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Okay, I see you that, and I raise you Showtime versus Zotime.
Oh.
No. That's
That's
come on, man.
Come on, man. Zoe's got a big chip on his shoulder right now.
Well, yeah.
That is
The chip on Joe's shoulder is bigger than Showtime Shanklin. Come on now.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on.
However, we know
That said, I'd like to see it.
we know from sitting down with Showtime, he's not right now in a position to be walking away from fights. He's got the heart of a warrior. He's in there working out every day, going through his physicality every single day to prepare for bigger and bigger opponents like Zoe. So maybe right now, no Zotime versus Showtime for me. In 6 months, Zotime versus Showtime.
And not to mention that Showtime's got the sweetest jumper off the top rope.
He does. I want to see him and Dustin Jackson in 1v1. Bet those two boys can ball.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Maybe the day of the Manchester show we'll find out.
Oh, that'd be great. July 5th, Manchester Music Hall. Get your tickets, OVWTix.com.
That's right.
We have one more,
last one.
One last one. I think this is a qualifier. Does it say it?
What does it say, Magic Screen?
Let's move. It is Eric Surge versus Luscious Lawrence, and yes, it is a qualifying match. I would assume for the heavyweight championship, though it does not say exactly. So this one means something. What do you guys think?
On a card full of tough decisions, we just keep getting tougher and tougher. Eric Surge and Luscious Lawrence, both of these guys are on fire. Luscious Lawrence is a tag team champion. He came out against Brandon Beretta last week and looked amazing. Eric Surge also looked tremendous last week. Eric Surge has been one of my favorite wrestlers to watch in 2025. He's on my short list of people who will be holding championship gold in OVW by the end of the year. But Luscious Lawrence has already held championship gold in OVW. Not once, not twice, but a handful of times, and that's not going to stop anytime soon.
Currently does.
Exactly, he currently does. Roy Bischoff, let's see if you can agree with me on this one. I'm going to take your suggestion here. I'm going Eric Surge, baby.
All right. Brian?
I mean, it's going to be a great match either way. Both of these competitors are, no strangers to a hard-fought match.
No.
However, I feel like Luscious Lawrence still kind of has a chip on his shoulder after losing to Brandon Beretta. I mean, he won last week. He took Brandon Beretta to the buffet.
He did?
Yeah. By the way, it is Ash Wednesday, unless you are Peaches and Cream, in which case it is Ass Wednesday. But,
I saw your beads there.
Oh, yeah.
You're celebrating already.
I went out for Mardi Gras last night with some of the work friends. You weren't here around so much yesterday. You had other stuff to do, but we went out to the Burl and caught a couple bands.
That's what I heard. I heard y'all almost ended up in. You were at the Burl, but you almost ended up in a jail cell. Is what I heard.
That was later.
People like to exaggerate and stuff, but I had 2 sets of these beads.
Oh, do you got another set?
No, I had.
Oh,
I had.
Oh,
2
did you?
sets.
Did you?
Somebody
did you throw them out? Did you throw them at a young lady? Did you throw them at a young lady?
Well, no, I had to compromise. Abby's boyfriend's a real good sport, but I want to count it as a win. So there's that.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him without a
Shout
shirt
out to
on.
Josh.
So, I mean,
Yeah, shout out to Josh.
It was cold, man. For real.
yeah.
So,
what I heard.
Chapman,
That's what I hear.
what was your prediction again?
I'm going Eric Surge. I'm going to go Eric Surge. Not only so that I can get back on Mr. Bischoff's good graces, but for me, I think Luscious Lawrence has got to kind of be asking himself right now, what's next for me? Omar is in the national heavyweight championship picture.
Right.
They're still currently tag team champions.
Correct.
Best friends.
Yeah.
That's never going anywhere. But in the back of Luscious's mind, Luscious has got to be saying, I let Brandon Beretta beat me. And then within a few weeks later, my tag partner is beat Cashflow on his way to a potential title shot for the big boy title, the Big Bad Daddy title, the Leather Daddy Doug title. I think that where Luscious might be asking himself some questions, having maybe a conflict of personality or crisis of faith, Eric Surge doesn't have that right now. Eric Surge ain't asking what's next for me. Eric Surge knows what's next for him, and
Now
it's
is
March
next for
Mayhem. It's March Mayhem. So that's why I'm going Eric Surge.
I see. I understand your point, but I'm going to go with Luscious Lawrence. And with that being said, in the back of my mind, they're both in the same tournament for the same title, right?
Right.
We think.
We think. So we don't know?
It just says a March Mayhem qualifying match. It doesn't
Okay.
actually say which bout. It could be the heavyweight, could be the national.
Could be a Royal Rumble situation where you decide later on
Okay.
on your own accord.
That could lead to some interesting scenarios. It could lead to both of them having their own individual championships as well as the tag team championship match. It could lead to them.
Oh, that would be so obnoxious.
It would, and I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be complaining, but it would be obnoxious.
I'm sure Chris Runyon would stock up on the cream.
I'm sure Chris Runyon, if Luscious and Omar are holding singles and tags at the same time, Chris Runyon might never come back to OVW. I think he might be done with it.
So should we start bringing our own cream, or should we? I mean, I don't know why they don't sell it.
I'm sure that there's some legal something.
I think that
The Fondler makes an appearance.
I think Chris got PJ Jones to shut that down, actually.
PJ Jones been staying busy. Speaking of people staying busy, PJ Jones been staying busy now that he's aligned himself with the Revolution. So yeah, you're going Luscious.
Yeah.
Going Luscious. There it is. We want to throw it to break real quick. We want to get
let's take a quick break. We'll come back. Final segment. I've got a stack of questions and comments from the chat I've been collecting all night, and we can get to them.
And I see the chat, guys. I love it when you guys are in the chat. I love it whenever you guys are participating. This show does not exist without you guys. This is the Fan Zone Live. Up next is the segment where you get to talk back. My name is Jack Minox.
I'm behind, kids.
And we will be back right after this.
Hey, Brian.
Hey.
Have you seen how cool this shirt is?
I see that.
You know, we have a whole TeePublic shop that sells these.
I did not know that, no.
We do, yes. And we have links in all of our social media about it. You can get this or you can get the unofficial.
You can get this or you can get that.
That is absolutely true.
I want to take a moment to express my deepest gratitude. Without you, there is no OVW. Without your passion, your energy, your unwavering support, there is no us. There's no talent, no production. Without you, there's no OVW. Thank you for being the driving force behind everything we do. The unsung heroes of our saga. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you, OVW fans. We can't do it without you.
I'm Debbie. I'm in the OVW fan zone.
Dream a reality and attend the world-famous Harvard of Pro Wrestling. The OVW Academy with Al Snow, the birthplace of legends including Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton, The Miz, and many more. Will you be the next name added to that impressive list? Visit OVWacademy.com and apply now.
Hey, it's Boys of the Valley, Eric Cornish, and I'm in the OVW fan zone.
Zone Live, where fans talk back. I'm still Jack Minox.
I'm still Brian Hines, and I'm still here.
And I'm glad to be back. I am glad to be back. I missed you guys last week. Who did I miss, Tiny Brian? Who was in the chat? Who?
I mean, I don't remember everybody in the chat last week. I've got some questions and comments from the chat. Once again, we want to mention the lovely Miss Becky Katie, the merch lady, who very quickly came in early and said that absence made the heart grow fonder, which is why everybody missed Jackman. You'll get sick soon. Don't worry, Brian.
Don't wish that on
Wait,
him.
wait. What the hell?
Well, maybe you'll take the week off to go on vacation or something. But we'll miss you.
Listen,
Right.
if he offers you anything to drink, make sure it's sealed.
Right.
If it's make sure that safety cap is intact. All right,
and
it
if
sounds
it's-
like he's scheming over there.
Yeah.
Willie Brown asks, is Freya the Slayer getting a title shot against J-Rod? I assume he means another one, since we have already seen these two lock up once.
Well, Freya can walk into a title shot almost any time she wants. She is can beat anybody in the division. Usually does beat everyone in the division. Kind of surprised that the J-Rod Freya stuff ended up the way that it did, in all honesty, because Freya's usually no nonsense. Freya's the person you do not want to see in the other side of the ring from you.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think I said Willie Brown. That was Willie Bowen, just to be clear. Hi, Willie.
Hey, Willie.
Hey.
What else we got?
All right. Kentucky Model Garage
Oh, that's our friend
Hey,
Matthew.
it says, favorite match of the year so far at OVW. What do you guys think?
2025.
Yes.
Tony Evans or Tony Gunn, Cal Hero.
That was a Christmas Chaos.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nah, it still counts.
Wait, there was one that we talked about that we felt that was as good as that match, and it's been recent. What was it?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that in recent memory, that one sticks out.
Well, yeah, we have the table right over there.
Like, those two guys walked in with nothing on their minds other than giving each other hell.
And they succeeded.
And not only did they give each other hell, they gave each other tables and thumbtacks as well.
Yeah. I think mine would have to be, it's not really so much a match, but the Dude Love Dance Off.
Yeah, all right. I could see.
You know how I feel about that.
I could see that.
Hazy 77. These are a couple of comments in reference to lovely Miss Larkin's hidden knife. Hazy suggests it's a prison shank.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And Roy Bischoff says it's a Michael Myers knife. I'm not entirely sure what a Michael Myers knife looks like.
From Halloween?
From Halloween, obviously.
I saw that comment, and after I saw that, I got to thinking it's like the knife in Psycho.
Yeah.
Which is a very nice
pretty much
kitchen
exactly
knife.
like the knife in Psycho.
So there's that.
Congratulations, we solved it.
Yeah.
Jade McDonald, great call. Haley J and J-Rod, great call for match of the year so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that's easy. And let's see. DJ David just asked, how are you bros doing tonight?
Doing good, bro. Come on, man.
Pretty good, yeah.
Then, yeah, we're all doing good back here. Roy Bischoff asks, this is when you guys were talking about Ashton Adonis and Leela Feist. Roy says that Ashton should stay with her and says our boos are louder when they're together.
They don't have a lot of friends in the audience, do they?
No. But Layla is famously in the OVW fan zone.
She is.
Let's see. Hazy then comes back with another one. Says, can we talk about wondering about the if you feel there's a deficit in the women's division just now. Do you feel like we have enough talent in there?
It's hard to say deficit. It's always hard to say deficit around Ohio Valley Wrestling. Do we see as many people that are maybe could be taken seriously as a number one contender or as a beating the current champion, J-Rod, as we once did? Maybe, during the height of the Bad Girls Club or something like that? No, that is true. We do not have those ready-made people yet. That doesn't mean that there's a deficit, because the people that are there at the top are incredible, and OVW is never out of options as far as people that want to travel in to compete against the best of the best and learn from the best of the best at Ohio Valley Wrestling.
That is absolutely true. And there are people that we haven't seen for a while. Don't forget about Ari Alexander.
Sure. Yeah.
Today or yesterday is her birthday, so happy birthday to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Who all did we see in the Women's Nightmare Rumble?
Oh,
there were all kinds of folks there.
And I mean, you have someone like, let's just say, Holidead, who every single time that they come through OVW, the crowd is absolutely in love with them.
Yeah.
This is somebody that literally could walk in tomorrow, no one would bat an eye, because they've seen how incredibly effective they are in the ring. They know that they love Holidead. There's always options. And like the biggest thing to remember is that Ohio Valley Wrestling is the place to be right now. There is a ton of people that maybe we don't know yet, or you guys haven't seen yet, that can walk in tomorrow and knock your socks off, because OVW is where people come when they have something to prove.
That's true. And a big part of that is the OVW Academy itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. You never know who's going to walk through that's a homegrown talent, baby.
Yeah.
OVW Academy, that's where people go to learn. That's where they make the best of the best. And they've got another semester starting soon.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, a testament to that this past weekend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cosmic Joe's experience, easy for me to say, asks what happened to your couch. It's right out there.
Yeah, it's like 6 feet that way in the hallway. It'll be back soon.
And let's see, who was it? Couple of people, WWE fan guy 26, and a couple of the people
our friend Matthew,
commented,
our friend Ryan, sorry,
that they like the desk, that it looks more official.
we like the desk too.
Yeah.
I feel
we like the desk. I feel like as podcasters, we're going into our second year.
Yeah.
We're a little bit wiser,
Gosh.
a little bit older. We're throwing more caution to the wind that we're breaking on a regular basis.
Love it. Itzo Kazago says, P.S. Woodard anime audiobook? Yes, please.
Sorry.
I think I pronounced that correctly.
He just made a really good fart joke.
I figured it would blow right past you.
Oh, wow.
What else we got?
Joe Ladder, just a couple minutes to fill now. Joe Ladder asks, why isn't Dustin Jackson OVW's standout wrestler with high-flying skills, charisma, and massive fan support holding the OVW heavyweight champion? I feel like he's being overlooked while he's carrying the media championship. Joe thinks this.
Well, that's a very valid point.
Here's the thing. How are we defining standout? You just named all the things you like about him. He still has all of those things. He is a standout. Does he have the big title right now? No. Will he ever hold it at OVW? I don't know. That's not for me to decide. That's for him to decide how much work he wants to put in, how many opportunities he can find himself in. Having said that, you don't have to have the biggest title or a title at all to be a standout. And Dustin Jackson fits the bill for standout wrestler at any federation that he wrestles at.
That's entirely true. And while we're thinking about it, let's see. Jade McDonald brought up a very good point in the chat. I really miss Shalance.
Yeah, I mean, there's a person right there who could walk back into the title picture.
Yeah. Still healing, we're starting to see some things on her social media that she might be moving towards coming back. So we miss her. We miss you, Shalance.
If nothing else, I would love it if she came by the studio and we could do another interview, because that was probably my personal favorite one out of all of them, because I don't sing, period, under any circumstances, 99.999% of the time. But when she was here, I had to do something, and I was going to kick myself if I didn't. And that was one of my favorite moments of our whole entire podcasting experience.
I'll be honest. That was the first moment, one of the first of many moments where I'm like, actually, he can cook. This guy's cooking over here.
Yeah.
We'll end with another comment.
I actually had a couple of things on the Shalance thing. Shalance, we know, is injured and is healing. That's a person, like I said, that could walk easily back into the women's division at the top. Soon. And she's been doing some great content over on her YouTube channel in her absence. So for any of you guys in the chat or OVW at large that need a little bit of Shalance in your life, you can find her on YouTube, and she's been putting out some really great stuff.
Twitch too, right?
Yeah. I think she's made herself quite the streamer.
Yeah, good for her.
Jade McDonald says, with our last comment, we'll end with heel surge would be very interesting, and I think that's
okay, it would be very interesting. I don't think anybody would want it. That's too much stank. That's too much stank, baby. He would destroy everybody.
Don't say something like that when I just take a drink, because you're going to end up wearing it.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
That would be a great shot to end on, actually. You want to try again?
Let's,
not right now.
All right, let's get to the calendar. Tomorrow, 4400 Shepherdsville Road in Louisville, Kentucky, OVW TV goes live. It's a little after 6, they open those doors. They do a couple dark matches. Then it's overdrive time. They record some overdrive matches. Then at 7 p.m., they go live. YouTube, Triller, all around the world for OVW Rise.
And for all you hooligans standing in line before the doors open, bundle up tomorrow. It's going to get cold, all right?
It's going to be chilly.
Right. None of this I'm wearing shorts to hang out and wait in line.
Yeah.
Because,
That's not the way you want to go. Monday, our interview with one Karn Alexander debuts early on our YouTube channel and in audio on our website at ovwpodcast.com. Then Tuesday night, right here on the OVW YouTube channel, you can watch OVW Overdrive with Brian Kennison and Dancing Stevie J, the show that always kicks out at 2. Then 1 week from tonight, 26 days, 23 hours from right now, we will be right back here.
26 days?
Wait,
6 days, 23 hours from right now, we will be right back here.
26 days later.
For it's not a zombie movie. OVW Fan Zone Live, where fans talk back. Take us out, Jackman.
My name is Jackman Oaks for
Brian Hines,
Malachi P.S. Woodard, and Tiny Brian. Thank you guys so much for listening. This has been the OVW